a single-phase 3-wire system, the neutral wire serves as a common return path for current flowing back to the source. The neutral wire is connected to ground of the service equipment. This connection maintains the neutral wire at the same electrical potential as the ground reference. The ground wire of an appliance, such as a refrigerator, is typically connected to the neutral wire at the receptacle outlet. This connection provides a low impedance path for fault current to flow to ground, tripping the circuit breaker in case of a fault. If the neutral wire becomes overloaded or disconnected, the return current for a 115-volt supply could find an alternative path back to the source. This alternative path could be through the ground wire of the refrigerator, because the ground wire is connected to the neutral wire. If this happens, the casing of the refrigerator could become energized. This situation is potentially hazardous. It can increase the risk of electric shock if someone touches the refrigerator casing while also touching a grounded surface. To prevent this, ensure that the neutral wire is not overloaded and that all electrical connections are secure. Firstly, it is important to understand the role of the neutral wire in a single-phase, 3-wire electrical system. Secondly, the neutral wire provides a return path for current from electrical loads back to the power source. Thirdly, it is typically grounded at the service entrance. Fourthly, this grounding helps maintain a stable voltage and provides a path for fault current to flow, which can then trip a circuit breaker and disconnect the power. Fifthly, the ground wire, also known as the equipment grounding conductor, is connected to the metal chassis or frame of appliances and electrical equipment. Sixthly, it provides a safe path for fault current to flow back to the source. Seventhly, this reduces the risk of electric shock if someone touches a faulty appliance. Eighthly, when the neutral wire is properly connected and not overloaded, the return current flows primarily through the neutral wire. Ninthly, the ground wire remains inactive under normal operating conditions. Tenthly, however, if the neutral wire becomes disconnected or experiences a high resistance connection, the return current may find an alternative path. Firstly, one possible alternative path is through the ground wire. Secondly, if the ground wire is connected to the neutral wire at the receptacle, some of the return current could flow through the appliance's chassis. Thirdly, this can cause the appliance's metal parts to become energized, posing a shock hazard. Fourthly, to mitigate these risks, there are several important measures to take. Fifthly, ensure that all electrical connections are secure and properly tightened. Sixthly, loose connections can cause increased resistance and heat. Seventhly, they can also lead to neutral wire disconnections. Eighthly, avoid overloading circuits. Ninthly, overloading can cause excessive current flow through the neutral wire. Tenthly, this can lead to overheating and potential damage. Firstly, use a circuit breaker or fuse with the appropriate amperage rating for the circuit. Secondly, do not use extension cords or power strips to power multiple high current devices from a single outlet. Thirdly, ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are designed to protect against electric shock. Fourthly, they monitor the current flowing in the hot and neutral wires. Fifthly, if there is a difference of more than a few milliamps, the GFCI will trip and disconnect the power. Sixthly, GFCIs are particularly important in areas where there is a risk of moisture, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. Seventhly, arc fault circuit interrupters, or EFCIs, are designed to protect against electrical fires caused by arc faults. Eighthly, arc faults can occur when there is damaged wiring or loose connections. Ninthly, EFCIs detect these arc faults and trip the circuit breaker to prevent a fire. Tenthly, have a qualified electrician inspect your electrical system periodically to ensure that it meets safety standards and is functioning properly. The electrician can check for loose connections, overloaded circuits, and other potential hazards. Firstly, the NIC, or National Electrical Code, provides guidelines for electrical installations. Secondly, it aims to ensure safety and prevent electrical hazards. Thirdly, some relevant sections of the NEC include 250.24, which covers grounding of the neutral conductor. Fourthly, it states that the neutral conductor must be grounded at the service equipment. Fifthly, NEC 250.118 lists acceptable grounding conductors. Sixthly, these include wire, metal raceways, and other approved methods. Seventhly, NEC 210.8 discusses GFCI protection requirements for various locations. Eighthly, NEC 300.3 addresses the proper methods for wiring and cable installations. Ninthly, always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for specific requirements in your area. Tenthly, when dealing with electrical systems, it is important to prioritize safety and follow best practices. Firstly, never work on electrical equipment while it is energized. Secondly, always turn off the power at the circuit breaker before performing any work. Thirdly, use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. Fourthly, if you are not comfortable working on electrical systems, hire a qualified electrician. Fifthly, electricity can be dangerous. Sixthly, it is important to take precautions to protect yourself and others from harm. Seventhly, in a typical 115 volts alternating current circuit, the current flows from the power source through the hot wire to the electrical load, such as a lamp or appliance. Eighthly, the current then returns to the power source through the neutral wire. Ninthly, the ground wire provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Tenthly, this trips the circuit breaker and protects against electric shock. Firstly, the amount of current flowing in a circuit depends on the voltage of the power source and the resistance of the electrical load. Secondly, according to Ohm's law, current equals voltage divided by resistance. Thirdly, therefore, a higher voltage or lower resistance will result in a higher current flow. Fourthly, circuit breakers are designed to protect against overcurrent conditions. Fifthly, when the current in a circuit exceeds the rated amperage of the circuit breaker, the breaker will trip and disconnect the power. Sixthly, this prevents the wires from overheating and potentially causing a fire. Seventhly, different types of circuit breakers are available for different applications. Eighthly, standard circuit breakers are designed to protect against overloads and short circuits. Ninthly, GFCI circuit breakers provide additional protection against ground faults. Tenthly, FSI circuit breakers protect against arc faults. Firstly, electrical outlets, also known as receptacles, are used to provide a convenient way to connect electrical devices to the power supply. Secondly, standard 115 volts outlets have two slots, one for the hot wire and one for the neutral wire. Thirdly, they also have a round hole for the ground wire. Fourthly, the hot wire is typically black or red. Fifthly, the neutral wire is typically white. Sixthly, the ground wire is typically green or bare copper. Seventhly, it is important to ensure that electrical outlets are properly wired and grounded to prevent electrical hazards. Eighthly, if you are unsure about how to wire an outlet, consult a qualified electrician. Ninthly, electrical panels, also known as breaker boxes, are used to distribute electricity throughout a building. Tenthly, the electrical panel contains circuit breakers that protect the individual circuits in the building. Firstly, the electrical panel is typically located in a utility room or basement. Secondly, it is important to keep the electrical panel accessible and free from obstructions. Thirdly, do not store flammable materials near the electrical panel. Fourthly, the electrical panel should be inspected periodically to ensure that it is in good working order. Fifthly, if you notice any signs of damage or corrosion, contact a qualified electrician. Sixthly, electrical codes and regulations vary depending on the location. Seventhly, it is important to comply with all applicable codes and regulations to ensure electrical safety. Eighthly, local building departments and electrical inspectors can provide information about electrical codes and regulations in your area. Ninthly, failure to comply with electrical codes and regulations can result in fines or other penalties. Tenthly, it is also important to be aware of the potential hazards associated with electricity. Firstly, electricity can cause electric shock, burns, and even death. Secondly, never touch electrical wires or equipment with wet hands. Thirdly, do not use electrical appliances near water. Fourthly, if you see a downed power line, stay away from it and call the power company immediately. Fifthly, teach children about electrical safety and keep electrical outlets covered when not in use. Sixthly, electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. Seventhly, by taking precautions and following best practices, you can protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Eighthly, remember to consult a qualified electrician for any electrical work that you are not comfortable performing yourself. Ninthly, they have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Tenthly, taking the time to understand basic electrical principles and safety practices can help you prevent electrical accidents and create a safer home environment. Firstly, if you suspect that the casing of your refrigerator is energized, do not touch it. Secondly, use a non-contact voltage tester to check for voltage on the casing. Thirdly, if the tester indicates voltage, immediately turn off the power to the refrigerator at the circuit breaker. Fourthly, contact a qualified electrician to inspect the refrigerator and the electrical circuit. Fifthly, do not attempt to repair the refrigerator yourself unless you are a qualified electrician. Sixthly, electrical repairs should only be performed by qualified professionals who have the necessary knowledge and equipment. Seventhly, it is important to remember that electricity can be dangerous and should be treated with respect. Eighthly, by following these safety precautions, you can minimize the risk of electrical shock and protect yourself and your family from harm. Ninthly, always err on the side of caution when dealing with electricity. Tenthly, if you are unsure about something, consult a qualified electrician. Firstly, in the described scenario, the fact that the refrigerator's ground wire is connected to the neutral wire presents a potential hazard if the neutral wire becomes compromised. Secondly, if the neutral wire loses its connection to ground at the service panel, or if it becomes overloaded and develops a high resistance, the refrigerator's chassis could become energized. Thirdly, this is because the return current from other appliances connected to the same circuit might try to find a path back to the source through the refrigerator's ground wire, which is now connected to the neutral. Fourthly, this situation highlights the importance of proper grounding and bonding in electrical systems. Fifthly, grounding provides a low impedance path for fault currents to flow back to the source, which helps to trip circuit breakers or fuses and de-energize the circuit. Sixthly, bonding connects all metallic parts of the electrical system together, which helps to equalize the voltage potential and reduce the risk of electric shock. Seventhly, to ensure electrical safety, it is important to have a qualified electrician inspect your electrical system and verify that it meets all applicable codes and standards. Eighthly, the electrician can check for proper grounding and bonding, loose connections, and other potential hazards. Ninthly, they can also recommend any necessary repairs or upgrades to improve the safety and reliability of your electrical system. Tenthly, remember that electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly.